So the Arizona Cardinals have just signed Zay Jones. It's a 1-year deal worth up to $4.5 million. Jones spent the last 2 years with the Jags. He only played 9 games last year with 34 receptions, 321 yards, and 2 touchdowns. In 2022, he had his best year with 82 catches, 823 yards. Funny enough, I've made almost 100 YouTube videos so far, and this is the first time I've talked about the Arizona Cardinals. And a big reason why is because they just haven't been the most relevant team, of course, which is kind of strange too, because I think they actually had like an underrated year last year. I think Jonathan Gannon, he's got potential to be a great coach. And I think he did a pretty good job at kind of steering the ship last year, because there was a lot of turmoil, especially with Kyler Murray not being available for the majority of the year, and then him coming back, and then him looking great, of course. I think going into the 2024 year, the Cardinals are definitely a dark horse team. I think they could be competitive. I'm not saying that they're going to make the playoffs or anything like that. They're obviously in a pretty loaded division with Niners, Seahawks, and the Rams. So making the playoffs is definitely more tricky for them, but I really think they could be competitive this year, and I think they will be. I'm going to say it, I was pretty surprised that Kyler looked as good as he did when he did return last year. I was really high on Kyler for the majority of his year until they reached the playoffs and they just got obliterated in that Rams game. That was just such an ugly, ugly look. And then you hear all the Call of Duty stuff, the contracts stuff, the teammate stuff, and it's just like, when there's smoke, there's fire sometimes. And in order to be a good, successful quarterback in the NFL, you have to be a man's man. You got to be a leader. And I still don't know if Kyler is a pure born leader. I really don't know, but as far as his play, it's still up there, man. Like, he can still ball out, and of course, adding Marvin Harrison, the Cardinals had Larry Fitzgerald for many, many years. To add another, hopefully, cornerstone franchise piece for their superstar quarterback, it's just a beautiful move. Not much else to say. It's just a beautiful, beautiful move, and I think that's going to be really great for them. And along with that, you also have Michael Wilson, which he was a rookie last year. He put up some, I'd say, respectable numbers. I think he has a lot of potential. I just think he needs to really work with Kyler in the off season and really just establish a lot of chemistry, because Michael Wilson has potential, man. He does. That's definitely a big player to watch out for, to have a huge bounce back year, breakout year, whatever you want to call it. And also a year ago, Trey McBride also had a breakout year, the tight end for the Cardinals. He balled out. So going into 2024, you got Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Trey McBride. I mean, Kyler Murray. You still have James Conner. He's a solid back, He's reliable. Offensively, they're definitely going to be an improved team as long as everyone stays healthy. And Jonathan Gannon, he's originally a defensive coordinator, so you got to think the defense is going to be at least average at best, top 15, hopefully, right? So, I don't know, man. Like, am I crazy for this? For thinking that the Cardinals could be somewhat competitive for this upcoming year? Let me know, because I'm curious if you guys feel the same way. Cardinals fans, I really want to hear y'all's opinion because the Cardinals don't really get a lot of limelight. They really don't get a lot of headlines. And I know, like, they're not making, like, huge moves right now. They're not in that competitive space. But I don't know. I really feel like they're, like, just a super low-key, under-the-radar team. I don't know. It's just kind of strange. I've made almost 100 videos, and first time I'm talking about them. But I feel good about them heading into 2024. We definitely will see what happens. Zay Jones, he's okay. I'm gonna come in and say it. He's just okay. If anyone feels any differently, let me know. Curious to hear an argument, to hear why he could be good. Apparently, he played through a lot of injuries in 2023, so that's why he didn't really have a great year last year. But yeah, it's never a bad move to add a veteran to a receiving room, especially when you have two young guys kind of being the top dogs with Marvin Harrison and Michael Wilson. It's never a bad thing to add a veteran to kind of teach them a few things, show them how to be a pro and whatnot. So not a bad move at all. And apparently he picked the Cardinals over the Cowboys and the Titans. Might just be a money thing, might be an opportunity thing. I don't know. But yeah, as far as the NFC West goes, if I had to make a quick prediction right now how it's going to play out, I would say obviously the 49ers are still the top dogs. As of right now, I feel like they have like 2 more years being kind of in their Super Bowl window, and then that'll be it. In second place, I'd probably put the Rams because the Seahawks still have Geno Smith. I think the Seahawks roster is actually pretty loaded, but until they get Geno out of there, I'm just going to put the Seahawks at 3, which, by the way, Sam Howell, man, he's going to ball out once he gets an opportunity. Just watch out for him. Then, yeah, I'd probably say the Cardinals are probably 4th, are probably going to finish 4th, but we'll see. Injuries can happen. Let me know who y'all think is going to win the NFC West, how it's all going to play out. I want to hear your predictions, and yeah, man, I'm not saying the Cardinals are going to be some wild card team this year, some Giants 2011 type thing, but I don't know. I think they could be competitive. Jonathan Gannon, second year, being a head coach, could be better. Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, a lot to be excited for if you're a Cardinals fan. So let me know. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Onto the field. It wasn't a very productive possession for them last time out, partner. They ended up punting.
Well, you know what it was? It was a good filling out process. So they got some knowledge by watching the defense and what defenses they tried on them. So you've got to take advantage of that knowledge and come out here and make some plays.
At the 34, 66 yards from pay dirt. 2nd and 1. Handoff out of the eye.